What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another Bounty Hunter's Guide for Star Citizen. There's a couple things I want to iron out really fast. I saw a couple comments on the previous video about did I leave my ship stock, or can I elaborate on what basically what I'm talking about when I'm saying VHRTs or VLRTs or blah blah blah, stuff like that. So first, no, I am not leaving my ship stock. Right now, if you're first starting out, CIG is giving everybody about 200k to start with, which is actually more than what it used to be. If I remember correctly, it was around 20k at once before, but now they're giving about 200k, which is a good chunk of money to get started. So basically getting a good weapon setup on your ship is going to give you the edge for bounty hunting. So some of the ships do come pretty good right out of the box. You know, like the Saber comes with 4 Panthers right off the rip. But some of them you do kind of have to change depending on what you want to use. I'm not saying some of the stock loadouts are bad. Some of let's be actually no, I will say that some of them are pretty bad. But like the Saber Comet stock loadout is awful. But always use what you think you would like when it comes to vehicle for ship weapons. You know, if you like repeaters, use repeaters, or if you like cannons, use cannons, or if you want to feel some stuff out like I did when I was doing loadout videos, I was basically just feeling other weapons and configurations out and just trying to find a good feel for everything, right? But what I would suggest for a new player is go with laser repeaters. They're tried and true. Everybody uses them. They work really well for pretty much anything. And the CF series you can get pretty cheap almost anywhere. I would actually suggest going to Center Mass on New Babbage. It's almost like a one-stop shopping for ship weapons, and you can basically pick up the CF series laser repeaters there. You can get the size 1, size 2, size 3, size 4s. I think you can even get the size 5s there too. But so yeah, so like when I in the last video with the Gladius, you got 2 Panthers right off the rip, the size 3 hardpoints, or the size 3 laser repeaters, and you have a Mantis, a ballistic Gatling on the nose, and I swapped that out with a standard, or with another Panther laser repeater. Panther laser repeaters go for about 10k, so it's not gonna break the bank right off the rip if you want to change your loadouts, but changing out your loadouts from stock is really gonna help you. Also, if you want to make sure you can get around Stanton in a smaller ship, let's say you're in your Aurora or your Mustang or anything like that, always look into upgrading the quantum drive. I'm not going to say which one's the best, which one's the worst. Just kind of look into it. I like to run either an Atlas for size 1 or the Voyage. I actually prefer the Voyage over the Atlas. The Voyage, where I know off the rip, you can get at Cousin Crow's on Orison. So no, I am not leaving my ship stock. Take a look at ship weapons. You can always use Urkel for a reference of what kind of weapons you think you might want to use. Also, when it comes down to bounty hunting, like when I'm talking about VLRTs or anything like that, like right here, that's an abbreviation or an acronym for very low risk target for VLRTs. LRTs that you can see right here, low risk target. MRTs, medium risk target. And then you got HRTs, which are high risk targets. VHRTs are very high risk targets, and ERTs are extreme risk targets. That's all that means. It's nothing too elaborate. It's all just abbreviating what you're going to be fighting. So to continue on, you can see I have this tracker beginner permit certification for low risk targets, right? So once you get to the Bounty Hunters Guild and you go down and you see 1 bar completely full, we are now at 2. That is when you hit the threshold for low risk targets. When you fill this bar up, it'll go up to 3, and you will have access to medium risk targets, or MRTs. So today we are just going to show off a little bit of LRTs. So we're going to do our LRT cert, which is, again, Tracker Beginner's Permit Certification. It's to qualify you to apprehend low risk targets. I'm going to grab that. And what I said yesterday, yes, you do have to pay for some of these certifications. Like down here, you have to pay 1,000 Alpha UEC to do the certification. I believe, and I will confirm that once we are done with this, I believe that is reimbursed by the time that mission is completed, or once you successfully complete it, and then you will be able to do VLRTs or LRTs from there. And we are getting lucky because this one is around yellow, so we are going to grab that. And then again, always grab Call to Arms. That extra amount of Alpha UEC really does help, especially when you're early game and you're still kind of trying to find a way to make money, right? Since we're in lower tier bounties, we're not really making money. We're just trying to grind things out so we can make money. So we got our bounty, we got our Call to Arms, and again, this bounty is at yellow, and I guarantee you this is going to be in the asteroid fields. Also, if you are wondering, I am in the Anvil Arrow today. The Anvil Arrow is Anvil's premier light fighter. It is honestly one of my favorite fighters in the game, mostly because it's small, it's nimble, it's fast, and it's got 4 guns. If you are relatively new, I would recommend, if you're looking to upgrade from your Aurora or your Mustang or whatever, I would recommend looking into the Gladius like I was using in the last video. More because it's a little bit more new player friendly, but I will not discourage anyone from using the Anvil Arrow because it is very fun to fly. I will also, when I go up into bigger ships and bigger bounties, I will also give out some recommendations there. So let's go do this bounty, shall we? Okay, so I did have to switch locations to get targets to spawn, and right now I don't actually have a marker for it. Things are going a little buggy right now. The marker only disappeared because I flew towards the bounty first to make sure targets were spawning. So that will come back up here in a second, but this is still the certification for LRTs. We are just all the way out in ArcCorp now. I just needed bounties to freaking spawn. I sat at the original location for about 15 minutes and they never spawned, so that's unfortunate. Here we are. So we got a Cutlass Black. So we are starting to get bigger ships now, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I thought Cutlasses didn't come until MRTs, but you know, this game continues to surprise me. So we got a Cutlass Black, and we have 3 targets. We have an Aurora, and that is our target, an Avenger Stalker. Oh, that missile hit me. That sucks. So I'm gonna take on this Cutlass Black first because he is actually the bigger threat. Come on, get those shields back up. Hit him pretty hard, really fast. So these Cutlass Blacks do have beefier shields than the other targets we were fighting in the last video. This Cutlass Black has size 2 shields, so they are not going to absorb, or your guns are not going to chew through them nearly as fast. But we work with what we got. The reason why I'm not focusing the main target and I'm taking on the Cutlass first is because the Cutlass has an NPC gunner on it, so he can get more guns on you a lot faster. So I want to take out the bigger threat first out of everything. But I'm going to disengage here a little bit, get some boost back, and get my shields back up. We're going to hit him with another volley of missiles as well. Just got to get within range. So I'm not going to fire these missiles until I'm about 3.5K out, and here we go. Alright, try to get a different position on him. Oh, I think he just hit the deck. We're gonna hit him with one more volley of missiles. I normally don't want to waste all my missiles on one single target, but I'm trying to burst this thing down as fast as possible. There we go. Cutlass Black is down. And I'm also noticing one thing. Our target marker is on the wrong target. Which is definitely interesting.
Target destroyed. Let's see how you like this.
He is down. And we have another Aurora. We can burst him down really fast too. Also, if you're seeing that ground fire, that is from the location we are flying above, who does not like people in his airspace. So he can actually help you take down some of these targets, but he will also shoot at you as well. And then that is our certification complete. So now, since we've done that, we now have access to standard LRTs. So now that we have LRTs, we can start grabbing these and grinding them out, and then we will also see that our Bounty Hunters Guild. Actually, I don't think it went up for the for that certification, but we will grab a standard LRT to just show you how those go as well, which is not much different than what we just did, but I will show you just for the case of consistency. All right. We are at our standard LRT. Hopefully the targets spawn. I'm really hoping. What is that? Oh, just a Cutty Black on the ground. If you see white targets like that, are normally abandoned ships. I wouldn't have to worry about them. You see a blue chevron up to my right hand side. That is another player. Keep an eye out just in case he wants to start some shenanigans with you. 9 times out of 10 they won't, but all right. So we got a Hornet and another Aurora. So you can get up to you can get up to about 3 targets as of right now. I believe that number can increase getting higher in, but right now we actually only have 2 targets, and I am gonna take on this Hornet first. Mostly because we know how fast we can burst down Auroras, and Hornets can be cheeky, man. I've died from Hornets before. Done. All right, regain our shields back. Shields are back up to 100%. We'll go back to power to weapons, and we will go engage this Aurora really, really fast. Go slow. We are getting close to the ground. If you want to hit tab just to get a good get a good bearing of. Make sure you don't bonk on the ground. And boom. So that is what you can expect from LRTs. Get some different fighters going after you, a little bit beefier ships. You can get up to cutlasses. You will also have to deal with like eclipses that run ballistics and stuff like that. But nothing too crazy as of yet. There is one thing I did want to show really fast while we are here. And basically just in case, just to cover some bases, I just want to go over refueling, rearming, and doing that, which is pretty simple. But when I'm out and about doing bounty hunting, I don't necessarily go back to space stations. I like to go for mining facilities. Mining facilities almost always have, I think I overshot it a little bit. Yes, there it is. Mining facilities almost always have ground pads, and you can rearm, repair, and refuel on these pads, just like you can at a station like Port Tressler or Port Olisar and stuff like that. They come in handy when you're out and about and you don't want to fly all the way back out to a main planet. And rearm. Sorry, I had to hold in a hiccup there. So yeah, they come in really handy, especially since I do need repairs and I do need to rearm my missiles. I figured it's a good thing to show that. So you hit F1, go to your mobiGlas, you go to this little wrench icon right here, let it load for just a second, and then you just click on all these and just wait. While these are all processing, you have everything up in red at the top of your HUD, and you just kind of wait for everything to clear, and you should be good to go, and good to go right back out to do your bounties. These mining facilities are on almost every moon. So they're really easy to find. You just look for a mining facility or something like that. Once you get to lay the land and do more, or fly around the verse and get more familiar with everything, you will know where these are. Like when I'm around Crusader, my favorite one, especially since a lot of the bounties are around Yella. There's one mining facility. It's called Arcourt Mining Facility 157, is what I became really familiar with because of the fact that I do a lot of bounty hunting right there. So you will familiarize yourself with all those locations as you keep playing. But that is that with LRTs, low risk targets, a little idea of what to expect. I will grind out these LRTs and get up to our medium risk targets will be in the next video. And I also believe we will get access to group warrants as well. And I will talk about more on group targets and group bounties when we get there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys found it helpful to help you prepare for getting a little bit further up the bounty hunting train. If you did, go ahead, leave a like, hit that subscribe button, and also if you have any suggestions of what you guys want me also want me to talk about in these videos, let me know in the comments down below. So alrighty guys, yeah, have a good one.